I was at the gym earlier this week and I was doing a squat in between my sets, a yogi squat, just like this one that I'm doing right now. And the guy came up to me and said that he was watching on YouTube about how doing this, a squat in between sets, is good for your mobility, but it's also good for longevity. And his questions were, I don't know how to do this pose. And how is it good for longevity? What does that even mean? So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do a yogi squat in between sets while you're at the gym to help build some hip mobility for longevity. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. I make videos about yoga and fitness for those of us over the age of 40, working hard to build a strong, healthy, fit, athletic body. Today, what I'm going to do is show you how to do what is called Malasana or a yogi squat. Sometimes it's called the garland pose. Sometimes it's called a frog squat. Sometimes it's called a mobility squat. All sorts of really great names, all the same pose. Come into this pose for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. And that's going to help to build hip, knee, and ankle mobility. But also I'm going to explain how does this contribute to longevity. So first, let me describe to you how to do yogi squat or Malasana pose, okay? So the first thing that you can do is try this with a block, a yoga block. So most gyms will have a set of yoga blocks, mobility blocks they might be called. This is a cork yoga block. They make foam ones as well. I've got a video describing the difference between cork and foam. Cork is going to be just a little bit sturdier, a little bit firmer. So you're going to come to a standing position. Feet are hips width distance apart. Feet come right underneath your hip bones. Extend your feet out just a little bit wider than hips width distance apart, okay? Toes come out, heels turn in. Take your block and place it underneath your hips. So you're going to place it just a little bit on the back side of your heels. Place the palms of your hands onto your hips. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower down onto your block. Lower your hips down onto your block. So you can come into what is called Malasana or a yogi squat. Now I'm going to turn just a little bit so you can see this from a little bit of a different angle. You can pause right here. My spine is nice and long. Notice my feet are planted firmly down onto the mat. So if the back of your heel, maybe your calves are just a little bit tight, you don't quite have that ankle mobility just yet, this pose is going to help you gain that ankle mobility, okay? So if your heel is popping up off of the ground, it's okay. That's why we do this pose. We're working on it. So what you can do is extend your feet out just a little bit more to give you a little bit more space so you can allow your heels to come down onto the ground. You can pull them in. Your heels are popped up. That's okay. That's part of the pose. It's part of working towards progression on the pose. If you would like to open up your hips just a little bit, place your palms together. Use your elbows to help drive your knees open just a little bit, okay? So it's going to help open up your hips, giving you a little bit more hip expansion here. Spine is, again, nice and long. And you can just hold this. You can hold this for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, however long you would like. You can hold this in between your sets, all right? Now, the progression will be you do it without the block. So you're going to work up towards doing this without the block. So you might come into a yogi squat, same thing. Feet are a little bit wider than hips width, distance apart. Heels are in, toes are out. I like to bring my palms together. It gives me a little bit more feeling of stability and control, pressing them together, and then slowly squat down. Now, if you feel like your feet might be a little bit too far apart, plant your palms down on your mat, and just slide them in, okay? Spine is nice and long here. You can hold the pose. You just hold it, all right? Now, your heels might not come all the way down towards the earth, all the way down towards the ground. That's okay. That's what you're working on. Another option that you can do this with is by hanging on to something that just weighs a little bit more than you do, okay? So I've got this bench here. You could do like a squat rack. You could really do any kind of machinery, any kind of equipment that you've got at the gym that you can just kind of pull on just a little bit and it's not going to topple over onto you. Something that's bolted firmly down onto the ground. So you I'm going to come up to the bench here. Heels are out, or heels are in, toes are out. You can squat down and then you can hang on to whatever it is. So what this is going to help with is that you can lean back a little bit more and allowing more of your body weight to come back into your heels without feeling like you're going to topple back behind you. Okay. So you can use that heavy piece of equipment to just hang on to it to keep you pulling you forward. That's going to help with that ankle mobility. You could also do this with the block. All right. If you feel like you're falling backwards while you're doing this, hang on to something to help pull you forward. Okay. So how does this help with longevity? How does a yogi squat, how does Malasana help with longevity? Well, a couple of different things. First, it's going to help with your balance. I'm 49 years old. 3 summers ago, I was at the airport. I was going on a cruise. I was walking through the airport. I've been recovering from a broken leg. And I had to walk with a cane simply because at this point in my recovery, I was walking with a cane because in a public place, if somebody were to tap me, I would lose my balance and I wouldn't be able to catch it. Okay. So by building a strong lower half of your body, strong core, you lose your balance. You're able to catch your balance. You have that strong foundation underneath you. You're able to catch your balance so you don't fall. Okay. And the second thing is, if you do fall, you can get yourself back up off the floor, okay? So you're walking, whatever happens, you fall down, you can't keep your balance, you fall down. Now you're able to get yourself back up off the floor. And that is what's going to help you maintain your independence as you get older. You want to be able, if you fall down, something happens at home, you're alone, you fall down, you want to be able to get yourself back up off the ground, okay? So there's other reasons, there's other benefits for the pose. But when we're talking about it from a longevity standpoint, it's helping you to build nice, strong muscles in your core, your lower half of your body, helping you to maintain your balance, good posture. But then also, if you do lose your balance, you do fall down to the ground, it's giving you some of that strength to help get yourself back up off the ground. So I will suggest to you, when you are at the gym, try it out sometime, just in between sets, just drop down into a yogi pose. Do it for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I actually saw a guy when I was at the gym this morning. What he was doing is he went a little bit wider. So you can go a little bit wider like this. This is what we might call a goddess squat. So he was coming down into like a goddess squat. Let me do it here. Coming down into like a goddess squat and then just moving back and forth like this. All right. This is a great way. If you're not quite ready for coming all the way down into a yogi squat, this is going to be really great to help open up those hips as well. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about how to bridge yoga and strength training and weightlifting, let me know in the comments what kinds of questions you have, what kinds of videos you would like to see. I'm here to help. I am a yoga teacher. I am a weightlifter, and we're combining the two things here. If you are somebody who is a little bit interested in learning a little bit more about this yoga thing and how you might bring it into your fitness, your wellness routine, I do have a free 5-part series called Yoga for Inflexible Active Adults Over the Age of 40. It is free here on YouTube. I've got a playlist for you. You can watch it here. If you would like to access everything all in one spot, I've got a handout for you. I've got all of the videos for you, plus a couple of free yoga classes. You can go to my website, fitwithheather.com. And I've got a link for you in the description where you can access it. It's free, totally free. And so check that out. That's going to be great for those of you that are like, I'm kind of curious to learn a little bit more about yoga and how I might bring it into my fitness and wellness routines. I'm here to answer your questions. Let me know what you've got. I'll see you in the next video.